Hello, 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 hello! Welcome to another episode of the Xbox International Podcast. And Sourblow today is wearing static pants. That's why you might hear a little bit of static. I don't know where it's coming from, but yes, he's probably wearing some static pants. But anyways, we are in flights numbers. What is it? 66. Oh dear Lord, we're almost reaching 100. Sarah Blow almost reaching that 100 episode. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Super excited to get there. And speaking about being excited, Sour Blow, how are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm doing great. Fortunately, I have a little bit of static. Hopefully, it goes away. But doing great, doing great. How about you? I like your hairstyle.
Ah man, you like my hairstyle? Let me tell you something, Sour Blow. Me, I've been busy. I've been moving. I mean, I'm right now here in this room. It's super hot because yes, I finally moved the computer to the new home. Yes, I'm here in the new home streaming. And man, I'm just been super tired, man. Salvo, you cannot believe how tired moving is. I mean, seriously, what can you tell me to be better? I mean, my concentration has gone off, everything. I mean, I haven't done good morning videos because of everything going on in my life. So give me an idea to be better, brother. Give me an idea.
What do you mean to be better, or
Yeah.
to? Well,
I mean,
I can't give you an idea to be better, but I can tell you that we have a sponsor that might help you. Get more energy.
oh, that's right. We need to get some Doobie energy, man. Seriously, Doobie energy, which was formulated to give you focus, energy with no jitters or crash. Oh, man, I really need to get myself some Doobie energy. So, Sal, where can I get that Doobie energy, brother? I mean, seriously, you got to tell me where can I get it. Where is that link at, buddy?
Well, in the description, if anyone's interested, we have a promo code which if you go you purchase you get a 10% off, and whatever whatever purchases you make, it will benefit us, and hopefully we can use whatever we can get to keep improving the channel, etc.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. And speaking about awesome, Sourblow, tell us what you have been playing, sir.
Oh man, so I finished Uh, like I said, I finished. I think last week I talked about this. I finished Gear 5, and I started Hivebuster. So this weekend I finished Hivebuster. It was amazing. I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it more than the actual like main game. Amazing. Like now that I played through Hivebuster, I wish the sequel they maybe they can make a story where you can play with both crews, and sometime down the line, they meet up, etc. Because I really enjoyed Hivebuster. I played a little bit more of Two Humans, but the controls, man, the controls are so bad. I was like, I can't do this. And then I decided to try the Evil Within. Oh
Hmm.
my god, that game! I'm gonna tell you something.
Hmm.
You guys were telling me about Dead Space. Oh, Dead Space was good. Dead Space didn't really creep me out. This game actually it did already. This is just the beginning. I don't. I'm gonna try, but I don't know if I can complete this game. And it's funny because I was talking with my brother. My brother's big on PlayStation and all that, and he was telling me about this game, and I told him about this game, and he's like, "That's the game I was telling you." But I think he was playing part two, and he told me that he uninstalled it and he's not playing that game. So I'm gonna give it a try. If not, I'm gonna jump into Red Dead Redemption, the first one, which I already installed and play like the prologue. So that's what I've been playing. How about you?
All right, all right, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying Evil Within. You know what? Maybe that should be my next game in playing with Crazy. I really need to sit down and play another AAA games because I've been playing a little bit of indie games, which of course they're a lot of fun. But yes, I think that's going
You
to be my
you
next
should
one.
play that. I think a
Yeah,
lot of people will enjoy that.
because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to give you a spoiler though, but I think I got to the ninth chapter of the game. I think it was, and I
Okay.
didn't I didn't finish it. But really,
Well,
the game is really fun.
yeah. I think
Evil
I heard
Within.
there's like 15 chapters, so you were probably a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah, yeah, and then I don't know if you hear that Sparky barking out there. Yep, we got a dog named Sparky around here. I don't know if you guys hear it.
Sparky, nice, cool name.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know what the dog's name is, but anyways, he's just busy out there barking. But yes, you would think it was a fun game, man. I'm glad you're actually playing it. I'm glad you're actually spooked out by it. I've been playing some Dying Light, brother. I mean, after I finished Callisto Protocol, thank God, I actually sat down and said, "Let me play some Dying Light." And man, Dying Light looks gorgeous. What a beautiful game. I'm actually happy that I waited for them to patch it up and put it the way it has to be put, the way it has to be played, man. And it's just a wonderful game. I'm actually having fun, enjoying it. And man, I can't wait to keep on playing it. But this moving around all this stuff has gotten me busy. It's super, 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 super busy, man. Super. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't even done my good morning videos, even my thank you videos. And yeah, I know people are going to punish me about it, but yeah. I will be back on track, guys. Don't worry. I'll be back on track real soon. I promise. I promise. I promise. And getting back on track, let's talk right away what our flight itinerary is.
Well,
And
before that, real quick.
what's up? What's up?
So for those of you that are wondering, unfortunately, our pilot had some kind of has a personal issue right now, so that's why he's not with us.
Or,
And Plume, Plume's a busy guy. He's
yeah.
a celebrity. He's our Poppy shampoo.
Yeah. Yeah. No. 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 I mean,
He's pretty busy.
no, we know he's pretty busy. He's teaching the Dominican guys how to play baseball. That's what we found out the other day. He's teaching them guys how to play baseball. No joke. Plume is actually a baseball coach. Oh man, wait till he hears this. He's gonna jump on me for this. But anyways, let's jump right away to our flight itinerary, which we will talk about.
What will we talk about? What will we talk about?
Oh man, we talk about June 7th predictions. what's going to happen on June 7th? PlayStation Studio issues 2023 more games, high rated games. Microsoft versus the CMA.
Oh
That was
man,
actually a spicy thing. I mean, I'm sad I couldn't watch it. I'm sad I couldn't watch it. I mean, I couldn't watch it yesterday. I really
you know
wanted
what
to
I'm
watch
laughing,
it.
Lou?
What are you watching?
I'm laughing because
What?
I always you always skip the left side,
I'm looking at
and
the left side.
today I wrote you the notes for the flight itinerary, and today you do the opposite.
Oh,
Oh man, but
oh.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, but
It's
it's either way,
cool.
it's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we continue on, Sour needs to explain the other part, and Sour has what is the other part you need to explain? And you have an announcement though, Sour. What is that announcement, brother?
All right. All right. Well, for the for the flight itinerary, I just wanted to add that we're gonna start off with a strong topic. We're actually gonna talk about PlayStation and a little bit about something sketchy going on there. I don't know if you want to call it mismanagement or what you want to call it, but I definitely want to talk a little bit about that. Well, we want to talk about a little bit about that, and we also then we have a bunch of topics that we want to go over. So what Crazy and me are gonna do, since we're only two, we're gonna go at Crazy. I can hear that
Oh,
tape.
sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that, brother. I'm
Are
actually
you the guy from the Batman movie? Are you damn, what's his name? The Riddler.
pretty much. But keep on going, brother.
But anyway, we're gonna cover as much topics as we can, and then we're gonna end it with the CMA and all that. So that's for today. For next week is actually the episode before the big showcase. So what I wanted to announce, this is the announcement, is that I would love that anyone in the chat that would like to participate, we would like to bring them in one at a time, so they can at least make three games prediction of what they expect and what they want in the showcase, and then we can rotate around so we can give a chance to anyone in the chat that would like to participate. They can come join us. We would definitely love that. That way we get to know a lot of you guys. If you don't want to use camera, we also understand that, but we would like to hear it personally from you guys, because we always try to interact. Sometimes it's hard to keep track in the chat, but if we can bring you guys in, that would be a perfect episode, and I would really enjoy that. So those of you in the chat next week, if you'd like to join, you know, hit us up in Twitter. You can hit up either one of us. You can contact us. We'll save you a spot and we'll rotate you in.
All right.
But that's what I wanted to say, Crazy.
All right. So now it's time for the flight itinerary. Let's go.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, I already did the flight itinerary. What am I talking about? It's the in-flight takeoff passenger announcement. Oh dear lord. Yes, I got my captain's hat on because guys, I'm sorry, but I'm moving, so I can't find my hat. So yeah, so I had to put this special hat on my head. Yes, I did. Anyways, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Sour has turned on the subscribe button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Please store your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath the seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. And also make sure you have hit that notification bell. We gently remind that
Uh,
smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, saying the Celtics will win this season is strictly prohibited. I'm
you know
talking to
what?
you,
I'm here.
Sourblow.
I hold the line. I'm not scared.
You're not
Next
scared?
year, next year is our year.
You've been saying that for like the last 5 years of us being podcasting. Has it been 5 years we've
to,
been copying?
to my defense,
What?
Xbox gamers have been saying the same thing too.
Oh, okay. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you. Now it's back to me. Or is it back to you, Sandro? I think it is back to you. But
All
before
right.
those. What you gonna say?
Oh wait, can you shout out the chat real quick?
Oh yeah, so I was gonna do. Let me take out my capture chat right away. Put it over here. Yeah, all right, yeah. So here we go. Let's shout out that awesome chat. Let's see who is here today. Let's start. It's not. Hey, that's not need Louis. Was it? That Sarah does not need it either. What is Vic saying? What's going on, Vic? We love you, Vic. How you doing, brother? Happy to see you here. It's Timmy. Ooh, toxic spitter. What he loves to do is throw toxic everywhere. I think that man needs to shower. Talos, the man with the rave. What's up, brother? How are you doing? Sanchez Martinez Gaming. Yo, 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 yo. Hello. Ooh, ham solo. Hammy. Ooh, he's driving. Where you going, Hammy? If you're gonna get food, man, please send me some food. I'm starving, man. Seriously, this movie has gotten me exhausted. But anyways, Sour, take it away. Let's start with this opening topic, which is gonna be spicy. Woohoo!
All right. Well, yes, we're gonna open up with a little spicy topic, and the reason why it's a little bit spicy is because I want to start by saying this first before I start going over this list that I have here. Um, we have seen that media has been. I'm just gonna say it straight up. To me, they have been biased. For a lot of fan base, they say, "Oh no, it's not. They're not biased. They're just calling things as it is." But we're gonna go over a list of things that has happened, and for some reason, these things they don't get like a lot of traction. But for some reason, everything that Xbox does, it immediately gets traction, and it all the you see all the media pages and websites, etc. They start trending with the same news over and over when Xbox is bad. But we've seen this generation, PlayStation has had a lot of a lot of things that has happened to them. So we're gonna go over some of them. Some of them we might not even remember. So the chat, you guys are invited to throw them in there and to add up. You too, crazy. Once I'm done. So I'm gonna start with um. They might not be in order, but here's are some of them. So we got Sony shutting down a Japan studio, which was, I believe that was their oldest studio at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, they were the creator of, let me see, Ape Escape. I believe, didn't they make that game? I think it was called like Eco, something like that.
I'll tell you right now. You keep going.
But anyway, they closed down that studio. We had, of course, Days Gone 2, which they didn't get the green light. And recently, actually, Jeff Ross, one of their developers, had this quote. I get a little bumped out from these PlayStation Showcase because they only remind me that we would have had Days Gone 2 out a month ago if we have just stuck to our guns. So if they would have gave it green light, we probably would have had Days Gone 2. Shutting down recently, another studio, Pixel Opus, that was closed down. We had, even though you can say this is not a PlayStation studio, but it still was funded and it was marketed hard by them. We had Forspoken, that felt pretty hard. We had um, other second party games or, exclusivity. There was like, we had Babylon Fall, we had like Godfall, Destruction All Star. We had that Final Fantasy game, I think it was called like Paradise, which that one didn't do pretty good. We also had re well recently we also learned not too long ago that Sony canceled an unannounced sci-fi shooter that was being developed by Final Strike Games. We had the whole thing with which everyone no one wants to remember this, but do you remember Crazy About Abandon? Feels a little
Oh,
bit abandoned.
of course. I mean, I was waiting for an announcement from Abandon from the other day. And let me do a quick shout out to Back from the Dead. How are you doing, brother? And real fast to Elvin, Capitan Elvin, our captain of Sea of Thieves. How you doing, brother? But yes, I remember that they announced the ban a couple. What was it like? I don't even remember. Was it like 10 years ago they announced ban or 20 years? I don't remember. I think it was last year, 2 years ago. They were talking about abandoning. They gave us like a little teaser thing, but we have not seen
Yeah.
nothing about abandoning.
Oh,
I mean, it feels like it's been abandoned.
yeah. And then they had that big event that they were gonna do in the console and all that, and
Yeah,
everyone was waiting there. There were
yeah,
people waiting there for hours and hours, and nothing
yeah.
happened. That
Nothing
was
happened.
crazy. And then even like if you want to talk about performance issues and like bugs and stuff, their games haven't been perfect. It's just that for some reason, Xbox game, and sometimes well deserved, aka Redfall, but sometimes I feel like the Xbox games they get all the heat,
Yep.
but when PlayStation games have their technical issues and their bugs, they don't get called out the same way that an Xbox game gets called out. And
Yeah.
so with all the negative news about Xbox, it feels like they get put on the pedestal. But with PlayStation, it's completely different. But anyway, I'm gonna pitch it to you, Crazy. Why do you? I want to ask you first. Why do you think this? Why do you think media treat Xbox like that? And what do you think about all these things that has happened with
No.
PlayStation?
Let me let's go, let's take a little trip, back to memory lane, right? Let's talk a little bit about 2021, because I mean we started podcasting like what was it, a little bit after 2021, or was it, yeah, we started like in the middle of 2021, and we did not like catch up to these issues. But I'm gonna tell you something though. I mean, developers have left a bunch of studio. I mean, place has left PlayStation, a bunch of them in 2021. I don't know what happened there. I do not understand. There's probably been a bunch of issues since then, and ever since Jimbo took charge, there's been a couple things. I mean, there's also there was also that he was trying to shut down the PlayStation Vita, and then like along the way he brought it back up. He's like, no, we're not shutting it down. Another one of his decisions that I remember when he said it. And I remember I told a bunch of guys that are in WhatsApp that are PlayStation fanatics. I said, "Hey guys, what he's saying right now, I do not agree on what he's saying, because he has right now we're in a pandemic, and having 114, 115 million PlayStations out on the streets, you cannot only develop for PlayStation 5, because if you do not have the power to deliver PlayStation 5s like in stores for you to get and just deliver those games on that console, then you're not going to make that money. You need to make it for both consoles till we get back on track. Till, like, for example, now we can actually go on eBay, buy a PS5. Not on eBay, I mean on Amazon. You can buy a PS5. You can buy a Series X, a Series S on Amazon, and in stores too. You can probably see them and get them. But before, I was like, man, why is this man saying this? And after that, of course, he had to literally change his mind with that. He had to change his mind and work around things, and develop games on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, because, of course, people are not going to go ahead and pay $1,000. There's only a few people that did. I mean, that's insane. And I remember, because that was another thing though, and I tell everybody this generation actually started right now in this year. This is the year where this generation started. Why did it start for me this year? Because this is the year where you can actually pick up a console in the store and not buy it from a scalper, because literally scalpers were just taking everything. And out of 10 consoles that came out, probably one you can actually get for yourself, and 9 were scalpers. And mismanagement issues, man. Ever since Layden left, and Mads loads of respect to Sean Layden, because Sean Layden got PlayStation in a bad spot when it began PlayStation 4. The whole company Sony was in really bad spot. I mean, they had Sony Bio closing. They had a bunch of things going on between 2006 and 2013 when PlayStation 4 came out. And Layden grabbed that PS4, man, and put it up to where it was. He grabbed all these studios. I mean, brought all these games. I mean, look, closing down Japan studios for me was a big mistake. I mean, those guys they made Ape Escape, which is a really good game. I mean, people love Ape Escape. They also worked on, right, The Legend of Dragoon, one of PlayStation's most coolest game. I mean, I'm one of those guys that I'm a big fan of Legend of Dragoon. I remember playing that game on PlayStation and played the heck out of that RPG. Really fun game. And I always said, man, I always hope for a remake. And reading this, that they was ones who actually sat down and did it. It saddens me, because it's a game that if it comes back now, it would be a blockbuster game. But I don't know if that's gonna happen because since they shut down that studio, they also made Gravity Rush, which is also a good game. They did a bunch of good games and shutting that down. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, that was a game that people actually talked about a lot for
Shadow
years.
Colossus.
Shadow of
I
a
love it.
Colossus is
Yeah.
a game that people talked about. I mean, it was something that was evolutionary. I mean, people said, "Have you ever played that game?" I'm like, no. I mean, people would tell me you need to play that game. That game rocks, and it was like a big graphic thing. I think that came out for was it PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3? I don't remember, but I remember it came
Two. Two.
out
I think it
too.
was two.
I remember it came out, and it was like a big thing for for that console, and that was such a good game. And seeing that that studio closed down, I was like, man, I said basically to myself,
Honestly,
I just
it might have even been one, or was it one or two?
I
It
think it.
was one or two. It
I think
wasn't
it was
three.
one or two, and then three. They came out with one more thing, and then four came out with another. Like I think it was a remaster, then a remake. But Shadow of the Colossus was such a beautiful game. I mean, they also made the Last Guardian, which took them 10 years. But yeah, which is not also not a bad game. I mean, if you love those games, they're not that bad. But what I'm telling you is, brother, that developers leaving this showcase. I mean, Naughty Dog saying, "Oh,
I'm gonna say something real quick. Sorry to
go for it,
interrupt you,
go for it."
but something that I feel, and this is me personally. This is
All
me
right,
personally.
all right,
But something that I feel PlayStation used to do so great in the early stage, PlayStation One, PlayStation Two,
yeah,
is they used to take a lot of risks, and they
mm-hmm.
used to do like a lot of different type of games. Because like if you look at Shadow of Colossus, for example, for that
Yeah,
time, not only like graphically, but also like the play style was very innovative. Like you had these huge like monsters that you had to, find their weakness in order to defeat them, and they were massive. It was pretty cool, and the way you can climb on them and all that, etc. It was very innovative at that time, or at least I didn't know of any other game like that. I remember when I played it, and right now it's like you look at their games and it looks like, you know, they're of course they got their differences, but they look very similar. As of
yeah,
like Xbox games, people want to critique them and everything. And sure, they have their failures here and there, but you have different type of games, and you got games that cater to different type of players, because not all players are the same. Sure, right now PlayStation gamers that like the third person action adventure, graphical games, story driven, etc., whatever you want to call them, they're happy. But what about the people that like RTS? What about the people that like Western RPG? What about, the people that like different type of games that are not the ones they're making?
yeah. I mean, especially like I was telling you about Legend of Dragoon. I mean, Legend of Dragoon was pretty much like kind of like Mario RPG, where you have to hit right on the spot in order to do a pretty cool combo. I mean, I remember when I played that RPG, there was a square that told you literally when to press that button on that square, and the guy did like a combo attack. That was literally a bunch of fun. I mean, Legend of Dragoon was one of the best RPGs I played. And it saddens me that while by him closing down the studio, really it just depresses me because I would really want a remake. And something that I say a lot, and let's be honest though, like for example, throughout this whole deal that's been going on, right, with the whole Activision Blizz deal, I mean, I feel like they're missing out on a bunch of things on PlayStation side. I mean, we're SOCOM, we're Siphon Filter, we're all these games, right? That we want, that we love, and we miss. I mean, we want those games back. Not we don't want the same open world going around here. Why don't you make a game that's semi-open world? Head us in there, like for example, the SOCOM, where you can try different ways or tactics to go in there to do your mission and come out. Come out safe. I mean, they do something like that, or do a battle royale with SOCOM. That would be pretty awesome too. But really, if it feels like they're just rinse and repeat with all these games, okay, you want to stick to blockbuster titles because that's something he said. I want to stick to blockbuster titles. I want to stick to all this. But you guys need to remember, you guys need to sit down and say, okay, what made PlayStation great? What made PlayStation 1 great? What made PlayStation 2 great? What made PlayStation 3 great? What made PlayStation 4 great, right? You need to sit down and look back and say, okay, hey, why don't we work on this? Why don't we bring this back? Why don't we sit down and say, okay, let's bring another Killzone? Why don't we sit down and and bring something else? Because really, change your things, change your schemes, because we're just really seeing the same thing, right? I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, I'm literally seeing the same thing. And I want a soul comeback. I want a self-fulfilled. I want different types of stuff, which is something that on Xbox, that's something that they later, sooner or later, they're gonna start delivering. I mean, we got Hi-Fi Rush in the Shadow Drop, and that was something totally like we did not expect that. And when it came out, look how
Yeah,
much fun it was. I mean, it was a good rated game. It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. I mean,
and we
PlayStation. Oh, go.
the sorry, I was gonna say the interesting part about that also is if you look at the studio that made it, like I said earlier, like I jumped into the Evil Within, and I'm like, I'm so creeped on that game. But then they made something like Hi-Fi Rush. You would look at those two games and you would be like, there's no way, there's no chance that the same studio made this game. And they did.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I mean, like I said, when Sean was there, Sean Layden, I mean, he was on those games. He was on top of those games, and he made sure those games got delivered in good quality. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I always told myself, where is the quality check on these games? I mean, look at Babylon's Fall. Didn't Why haven't you guys checked it out before it came out? Forspoken, another example. Why didn't you guys? I mean, we saw those trailers, and I'm gonna tell you something. I was a person that was actually excited to play Forspoken because it was actually something different. Even though it was a third person game, but it was something different because we had magic, we had a person that did some cool magic tricks, and it looked pretty cool. I mean, no doubt, you saw those trailers, you had to get excited. I don't know how people couldn't get excited for it. And once the game came out, you're like, what is this? I mean, this game is totally broken. It's a mess. And I was like, where's their quality check? Even though um it's not their game, right? It's Square's game, but they gotta check it out before they say, "Hey, are we releasing this like this, or are we just gonna say, oh, let's do what everybody else is doing now. Let's release this game like this, and then later on patch it up, and we'll probably get people to buy it later on and stuff like that." Which a bunch of us, are tired of. And not only that, plus in recent news, we have known and we have read and heard that people aren't actually buying now the $70 games on PS5. And I can imagine why. Why aren't they buying it? Because hey, I'm actually one of them that is in that position. Jedi Survivor came out, right? Jedi Survivor came out, and I was one that was like, man, let me go get that game because I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I love Jedi Fallen Order, loads of fun, cool stuff. But let me tell you something. When I saw the Xbox Era review video, shout out to them. Those guys are awesome. Love the review videos. When I saw the review video and they said, "Hey, this game has performance issues," I said, "Wait a minute, I ain't gonna pay $70. I'm gonna wait." I mean, it happened to me with Dying Light 2, another one of my favorite games. I mean, if we would have met last generation and you would have seen I had Dying Light 2 pretty much like 90% complete. I mean, I
Well,
literally ran around in that game.
well,
This one came
crazy.
out,
Real
it was a
quick.
mess. But,
Sorry to interrupt you.
oh, right.
I
So,
think we're derailing a little bit, but also, we got someone here that I would like to get his opinion, and then we're gonna move on to the next topics because we got a lot of topics. But we got none other than our captain.
oh, Captain. Hey, look at that handsome, sexy Captain.
I think Louis is a fraud.
What?
You're a little bit low, but
Are you
I
calling me a
agree.
fraud?
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, you
A
sound.
little. Can you get a
Little
little bit
bit,
higher?
little bit more,
There,
little
there, there,
more.
You,
right
you,
Happy?
there.
Okay.
you sound out like Ricky Martin.
Thanks. I think. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
he's got a cool voice. Go for it.
So welcome. How's it going, man?
Thanks. Yeah, I was a little bit frustrated when you guys locked me outside the hatch as you took away with the plane today, but I'm happy that I could cell phone text you, going a couple hundred miles an hour on the wing. Glad that we could get me in there. It's cold out there, man. God.
Well, I'm glad you could make it. I'm definitely glad.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Sorry for the late arrival, folks.
No, you're good.
It's
You're
a,
good.
it's a, you're good. You're good. You're good.
So I don't know if you were listening, but we were talking about the mismanagement on the
Yeah.
PlayStation side and how the media, for some reason, they seem to tend to highlight that from the Xbox side, but not from the PlayStation side.
It's it's weird, isn't it? It's almost like there's a double standard. It's really weird how that all works out. No, in all seriousness, it's a bummer to see, and I get like a lot of people still have, they have opinions on Microsoft based on the old days, and there's a lot of hesitance to give them the benefit of the doubt moving forward. And you're seeing that a lot right now. There's a lot of folks that are out there. They're just like, oh, well, it's Microsoft. It doesn't matter. It's garbage no matter what. It's trash, as we keep hearing online. Um, but when Sony comes out and sells you a polished turd, it's a masterpiece. And so it's interesting to see how that dynamic is going. It's especially interesting to see it over the last week, being as we saw all that smoke on Twitter this week.
Oh
It
Lord.
has been it has been an interesting time to be hanging out on Twitter watching some of the stuff come out, and all of the damage control coming out at the same time. God bless. I don't know if I've seen people turn that quick um, in real time. I'm pretty sure I almost got whiplash this weekend because of how fast people were turning on
Yeah.
their original statements. It was wild. But no, I think in regards to like mismanagement and stuff like that, and them getting called out for it, again, like Sony's the market leader right now. They're willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't matter what they do. If Microsoft drops something like a Redfall, which I'm not saying people don't deserve to be in trouble or to be questioned in that scenario, but they drop something like that and everyone
Yeah.
loses their mind over it. And suddenly it's the end of Xbox. Phil Spencer's head needs to roll. Matt Booty's head needs to roll. I don't think anyone's heads need to roll. I think there needs to be communication, and I think there needs to be answers. I definitely think there need to be answers as to why something like that released the way it did. Versus when Sony does something like that, I just don't know how they do it. It feels like they just get a pass, whether it's a good or a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It saddens me that that continues on going and how media jumps on Xbox and they don't jump on. I mean, we gotta call these guys out too. I mean, everybody needs to deserve to be called out, especially if you're going to deliver a game that you actually paid $70 for and is not working the way it should work. I mean, we're paying our hard work money here, guys. And that's the truth. Everybody should be called out the same way. It doesn't matter if you're number one, number two, number three. Everybody should be called out.
Yeah. Well, speaking of calling out, I think we got a lot of topics, so I'm gonna move things along, and I'm gonna pass it right along to Silent Cypher because I know he's pretty excited about this next topic, and it from now on we're gonna do a little rapid fire until we get to the main topic. So, Silent,
You're going to
sorry.
have to bear with me for a second because my computer just decided to completely crap on me.
You know
Hold
what?
on, bud.
I'll
Remind me.
start. I'll start it with the next
Yeah.
one, and then
All
I'll go
right.
back with you. Let's
All
do
right.
that. Well, anyway, I'm super excited because this to me was probably the best thing we saw at the PlayStation Showcase, or at least to me, and it's Dragon Dogma 2, which it's coming soon. Well, hopefully. It didn't have a date, did it? Don't remember, but this actually makes me pretty happy, and it's that Dragon Dogma. Oh wait, I actually
Wait.
read this wrong.
What?
It isn't adding co-op multiplayer. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's
Nope.
I
not
was so,
adding. Nope.
Nope.
I was so
Oh
excited
Lord.
about this. I
What?
thought
No,
it
man.
had
You actually
co-op.
no, it doesn't, buddy.
No, man.
I thought you actually read that because I was like, did Sal read this? Oh my God,
No, man.
Sal,
They
he made a loon.
they came
Yeah,
out.
I
They
did.
came out and they're like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
You know what? Because I thought I loved the first one, and to me it was like it's so like obvious that this game would be perfect as co-op. I mean, they kind of let you play co-op. It's just that you just play like as pawns.
As
So
Palm?
yeah, it, you have to play it crazy. That's why I want you to play the first one. I think you
Oh,
will love the game.
mm.
But anyway, I was excited because I thought I was gonna force you actually to play with me. but now I guess I'm not. But anyway,
Oh,
sad news, I guess.
you just
But I
got
am excited
shafted.
about the game. Yeah, this sucks. Are you
Wait,
ready,
wait,
Silent?
but what showcase you were talking about? That wasn't it the Jeff Keighley PlayStation Showcase, or is it with PlayStation?
No, the
No,
place
the
the
PlayStation
PlayStation
Oh, but
showcase.
was it? I
showcase.
thought that was Jeff Keighley's though, because it actually did look like a Jeff Keighley show. Oh, never mind. See, keep going. Yeah.
No, man, it
No.
was.
Silent
We
got it.
believe in generations. No, I
Silent,
got it. I got it.
silent, silent
All
got
right.
it.
Well, Silent, are you ready, or you?
Yeah, no. So we want to talk about what Days Gone now.
Oh no, no, no! You're way behind. Oh no, no! We're actually going through the quick rapid fire. Go to Forza Motorsport because we actually want to leave that to you. Just jump
No,
down there right there.
I was just kidding because
He
I
was
thought
kidding.
maybe
He
that
was
was going to
kidding,
have
please.
co-op also.
Oh, okay, okay. I got. I made a little.
Anyways, yes. So something I am excited about is Forza Motorsport. We ended up seeing the official cover art reveal over the last week. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you, like cover art's cool, but I really don't care so much about the cover art. Give me the game. Um, cover art's great, but you know what? Like in a digital world, your cover art is about that big on my screen, and it just doesn't have the same effect as it used to. But that being said, if you are someone who's excited about this, we did find out that the 2024 Chevy Corvette E-Ray and the 2023 Cadillac Racing V Series R is they're going to be the two. I think this is the first time that they've really headlined two cars on one, if I remember correctly. So that's cool. That's it. That'll be cool. I think the biggest thing, the most exciting thing that we found out about this is they just kind of touched up on it and said, like, hey, we're going to have a closer look on these things at the showcase on June 11th. And then they're going to end up having on June 13th, they're going to have a walkthrough on the single player career gameplay. So that is the thing that excites me, not the cover art so much, but I will tell you one thing with this, and I don't know if anyone else has paid too much attention to this. I'm sure some of our other brothers, Forza Irwin and some of those guys, I'm sure some of those guys have paid attention, but I feel like this is one of the first times that we've actually seen some of the newer cars highlighted. Because a lot of the time these games come out and you don't even have anything from the new roster, or you've got like one car from the new roster. And it kind of seems like they're actually hearing that feedback and they're coming in with more of the newer cars they're actually releasing, some of these e-cars, some of these other things. That gets me excited just because I feel like we're going to actually see maybe a change up in some of the roster.
I,
Sour,
I actually.
obvious. What's
Oh,
that?
I actually had a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
But before the question, real quick, I wanted to remind everyone because I see new people. People that weren't at the beginning of the show.
Mhm.
Next week we're gonna have a special episode, which is gonna be the June 7, and it's gonna be predictions for, of course, the Xbox Showcase, which is June 11. So everyone that's in the chat, you're all welcome. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have you rotate one at a time, and we're gonna try to bring everyone in that would like to participate. We would like to hear your predictions and hear your opinion of what you guys expect for the showcase. But my question to you, Silent, is:
Mhm.
do you think the fact that I mean, I guess we can say that Gran Turismo 7 underperformed. They even kind of got dropped by, what was it? I forgot who they got dropped off, and now the official like simulation game. It's another game. Correct. I don't know if you heard about that.
I don't know if I caught that, but I heard that Gran Turismo can do no wrong. Um,
What?
I heard that it was better than Forza Horizon 5, which
Oh man.
blew me away. But
Really?
you know,
But anyway, my question is real quick. Do you think because of that, do you think maybe that will help Forza Motorsport maybe get better deals, as of cars, as of maybe other things down the line, because of how Gran Turismo underperformed.
It could. I mean, you look at some of the other transitions that we've seen recently, some of the other drops, like EA losing the FIFA, right? Like no longer having the FIFA games, and now we're going to have something completely different as a soccer game. You look at stuff
Well,
like that, and what's that?
well, I kind of gonna correct you with that one.
Okay,
Um, with that one, what happened is a licensing issue. Well, it's really
the
the name. The
the
name.
license
It's
ended,
not.
wasn't it,
No,
for FIFA?
it is the name. Like FIFA wanted to be paid like certain amount of money, like much more
Right,
money, and EA wasn't gonna pay all that money. So what they're doing is they're still creating the game. Like it's probably gonna be the same game. It's just gonna be
different name.
under a different name. Yeah.
Okay, right. So in that case, that's not a good comparison. But no, in a situation like this, I do think this possibly benefits them because if something like this happens, if they drop the ball, then Microsoft can be sitting there with a bag of money, being like, "Yo, guess who wants to be your new sponsor moving forward?" Especially with the amount of momentum that Forza has at this point in time. You look at the last couple releases, and it's been, I mean, pretty much all of them for the last, like, what, 10 years have scored extremely well. And even before that, um, I think moving forward, this is a good thing for them because they could sneak in. They could be like, hey, let's make these deals. Let's get that name out there. Let's have, let's have Forza and Xbox and that stuff tied in on this as well. I think it'd be a good thing for them for sure. Um, I'd be curious if Sony doesn't try and money hat the crap out of it though. Even if like the situation's bad, I could still see him trying to sling a pretty big bag of money. And I still wonder if we have like an aggressive fill at this point that's going to actually come out there with the bag of cash and be like, oh, they offered you X amount. We're going to offer you X amount plus 25%. Like, I'd be very curious because obviously early on we found out from him that he wasn't really into these type of deals, putting money out there to try and money hat and go forward. But we are starting to see a more aggressive Microsoft, so maybe this is a good sign for it.
Okay, well, speaking of good sign, Crazy, I think you got something to talk about the gameplay.
Gameplay, yes. Let's talk a little bit about Space Marine 2 from Warhammer, man. That trailer looked freaking awesome. And guys, guess what? If I tell you something, please do not kill me. I did not actually sit down and play the first one.
I haven't played it either. I
Oh,
haven't
you,
played the
you
first one.
haven't? Oh, thank
No,
you,
I actually haven't.
thank you. But hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I had it. I did play it for a little bit. It is a lot of fun, and man, we're gonna have it for that. That game will be actually a game for playing with crazy. Even though it's not a scary game, but yes, it's gonna be a good game for me to play to run through it because if part two is gonna come out, man, I really want to play this. And yes, we got a trailer for Warhammer. It looked freaking awesome. Sourblow, are you gonna post the trailer or no? You're just gonna keep on going. But man,
Or
that game.
no, I don't have it ready. No.
Oh, yeah, already. Okay, okay. But anyways, that trailer, man. Oof.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, Sour. Did you? Are you excited to play this game, or are you excited to jump in number one, or no?
Yeah, I am. This game reminds me of like it's kind of like a combination of kind of like Gears and like
Yeah,
damn like that StarCraft game that they wanted to do first person.
yeah. But I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna tell you something about that. When in the when the trailer when you see that sword jumping in there, sawing through the bad guy in that game trailer, I was like, man, if only Gears to be like that same thing, man. That would be pretty cool. Gears should get some ideas from that game. That game's got some pretty cool stuff, some pretty cool gore. You know, what's so funny? What are you laughing at?
Purple Haze throwing shot at me.
No, she is good. That's right, Purple. That's right. Keep throwing him stuff because of the Celtics. Keep going, Purple. Yes, Purple is with us. All right, go Purple. Man,
Oh
Silent,
man.
I'm so happy because man, if the Celtics would have won, he wouldn't have shut up about it. But man, they lost, and then that just made my day. Just to make Sour miserable. Seriously. Oh, that just made
dude, dude, shout out to Ham Solo because he called Sour out as well.
That's what I'm saying.
They
What did he
called him
say?
out as well. He showed up. He showed up in the chat. Like I think it was like a half hour into the show, um, and Ham was like, "Ah, see, if the Celtics had won, he would have been up in here throwing all sorts of talk." But because it didn't happen, he's showing up a little bit late to avoid some of it. It was good. It was good. Listen to the last couple Ham shows. He has been on a tear. It's been quite enjoyable to watch.
We don't talk sport. We don't talk sport right now,
Oh, you
okay?
don't want to talk more?
Let's
Because
talk
you don't
about
Oh,
want to.
let's talk
now
Oh,
about
wait. Now we don't talk about
Now we're gonna
sports.
talk. Hey, do me
Now
a favor. Hey, give me Luke's phone number. I'm gonna go wake him up right now in Africa. Luke, come on here. Come on, Luke. I want to bring Luke in tonight
but you
just to
know
pound
what?
Sourblow.
I couldn't find my Celtics hat, but
What are you
I
gonna
got my
wear?
Red Sox hat.
Oh man, look at it. What are you wearing? Boston Red Sox? What? Nah.
isn't that the Bruins?
Oh my god. Anyway, let's talk about CGI trailers. And yes,
But wait, can I, Silent? Are you excited to play the game too, or did you play part one or no?
Yes. No, I did not play the first one. I'm going to be honest with you.
All
No, I
right.
didn't. I somehow missed the first one. I don't know how.
I still haven't met the first person that told me like I played the first one.
Dude, I don't know how I missed it, and I think maybe it's
Yeah.
just because there's so many, because this is part of the Warhammer
Yeah.
franchise, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many of those games on a regular basis that it's really easy to miss one. Like we're keep in mind, guys, like we're still waiting on the one to come to Series X and
Oh
S.
yeah, that's true.
Like we're already getting announcements for other games, and we haven't even gotten that other one on the consoles yet. So keep that in mind. Like there's
Wait,
these things come out.
But Warhammer was in a console though. Warhammer was in 360 and PlayStation 3.
No,
Yes, but
not
Xbox
yet.
One.
they had one that came out. I think it was October, November on PC. It was supposed to come out on console, and it hasn't shown up yet.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you're just talking about the new one. Okay,
But
okay.
Yes.
anyway, let's move on because there's a
But
lot of topics.
hold on. All I
Okay.
wanted to say real quick, because
Go
this is
ahead.
the one that looks like Starship Troopers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm all on board.
All
Because
right.
a non-labeled Starship Troopers game, I'm all for it. This thing
Oh,
looks great.
really quick, it's on sale, $15 in Steam. So get it, and you can play with the Xbox with your Xbox controller. Okay,
Oh
sorry,
really?
continue.
Oh
Yes, it
nice.
is. I
Okay.
just bought it. I know.
Okay. You sure you bought the right one?
Yes, I did, sir. Don't worry.
You didn't bought
Oh man, that was a collection pack for
a
like two hundred
bootleg
dollars.
version, but
No. That was like a collection part with $200. Like what? This game cost 200. I was like, no wait. But then I saw 15. It's like, okay,
okay.
this is
Well,
fine.
anyway, CGI trailers. And well, Jeff Grubb had a developer, and he was asking him how long did it take to create CGI trailers, which I thought this was pretty interesting because of this happened around after the showcase, or at least I was uh, aware of this conversation after that. And he says that it takes approximately about 2 months because devs have to be super involved in it. And then he stated that if we built an asset ourselves, in-game assets, and we work on that, it's going to be like 6 months of works for a lot of people. So it's interesting to see that a lot of the times we want the showcase to show like many of the games, but at the same time, like when you want these games to show in the showcase, you're you're kind of helping the game get delayed because you're kind of like you're demanding the game to be shown, which we should see the game, but at the same time it's kind of funny because like you're kind of taking time out of the developers. But let's start with you, Silent. Like, what do you think about this? Do you think they should like how do you think they can tackle this like for the future? Do you think they have to have like a special team that maybe works from the beginning with the developers? That's what that way they every so often maybe they have something ready, or do you think you know unfortunately we just will have to give developers more time and these development time frames, would we just got to get used to them being long, or do you have any other solutions or anything?
You know, to be completely honest with you, I don't really think we need more than like one CG to introduce these games. Like this goes back to a conversation we've had a lot recently, right? Is like, look at Redfall. You showed me plenty of CG to make it look amazing. That game came out. It did not look the same as what you showed me. Give me one CG at the beginning, and then after that, just show me gameplay. Like, I don't care if it's early alpha, I don't care if it's beta, whatever. Show me what you're actually dealing with, and show it to me on the console. So that way, when we see it, we get an actual good gauge of what we're talking about. Like, I play, like I go back to something like StarCraft 2, right? Or StarCraft 1 even. You go back and you watch those cutscenes and they're amazing. And then you jump into the game and you're like, this doesn't look anything like what I just saw. That's fine. Like, have those CG scenes, but like, you don't have to pretend like it's all going to look like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, if the game doesn't look like that all the time, so be it. But be honest about it, be transparent. Don't waste your time putting a whole bunch of extra resources into making me a bunch of CG scenes if
I-
it's going to affect the release date of the game.
I'm gonna say something real quick. Now that you mentioned like StarCraft, and I
Mhm.
remember the Warcraft RTS. To me, they
Yeah,
have like some of the most amazing like CGI
absolutely.
like
And
scenes,
and
and
once
they
you get to the game, it looks like a second grader put it together.
yeah. But at
Hmm.
the same time, I personally didn't mind. I don't know because of the time, but I
Hmm.
also felt like the CGI kind of added a lot to the story, and it felt great.
Yeah.
Like I always used to look forward to getting to the next CGI trailer, and it
Oh,
was
absolutely.
yeah.
Dude, it was the same thing with Command and Conquer for me. Like, granted, you go back and you watch those videos of Command and Conquer, those those videos, God bless them, but because of the compression, because of the way they did the videos for them, they weren't even World of Warcraft or like Warcraft or Diablo tier at that point. You can see like all the lines throughout the image. You see all the stuff, like the audio's crispy, but it was fun. Like, once you beat a mission, you were excited to see another freaking intel from the Brotherhood of Nod or from GDI or whatever. Like, it was fun. I don't need you to show me something over and over again and pretend like it's something it's not. If the visuals don't look the exact same, that's fine, but just be honest. Like, show me what I'm actually going to be playing. Otherwise, you're going to get the sad dad face when I get to your game and be like, wait a minute, I saw a whole bunch of lighting effects in Redfall. And when I booted it up, none of that was there. Don't play coy with me. Just tell me what we're actually going to be playing.
All right. Well, moving on. Crazy. I think you have something a little
Oh,
bit spicy to talk about.
ooh, hold on. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. I was actually muted because I was checking out that Jedi Knight Pete said it was what is it, buffing, but it wasn't us. It wasn't us. But anyways, this is gonna be a cool subject. Oh man, I'm gonna have so much fun with this subject. The Super SSD. No, I'm just kidding. Ratchet and Clank coming to PC. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is coming to PC, releasing date July 26, 2023. That was another one that Uncle Jimbo said that in 2 or 3 years we're going to release PlayStation games, when last year they said it was going to be a year later, but okay, let's leave it at that. All right, and speaking of which, how can that game come up on PC? I mean, I gotta bring a little bit of spice here. I gotta bring a little bit of heat. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta do it. I just gotta do it. But how can that game work on PC? Because PlayStation has got a powerful, magical, cool, beautiful SSD that does amazing things. It keeps everything going and just wow, it's amazing. So how can this game come on PC? Can you guys tell me about that, Sourblow? Let's start with you, since you're the technical expert on computers, brother.
Well, apparently the they sorry,
I'm waiting
apparently
for it.
apparently they develop this special software that lets you, you know, download special, like, magical elements that make your HDD becomes a kind of like similar to a SSD. And thanks to that technology and that advancement in software, and thanks to Max Cerny, we're able to play Ratchet and Clan in PC, and hopefully
Nice.
soon I'll be able to play it on my Asus ROG
So,
Ally. Can't wait.
so, so here's a question for you, brother. And this is an honest question. So we're gonna have a bunch of loading screens inside the game because hey, we that SSD, we're gonna have a bunch of loading screens while we're doing the Rift or no? Hmm. Hmm.
uh,
Crazy. I think the answer is very apparent here. I think you're thinking too hard on it, but I think
And
ultimately the answer is right in front of our faces. Clearly, they dumbed down the game so they could make it work on PC.
oh, okay.
Because
So
we don't have that amazing SSD in our computer, and we don't have the technology that the
well,
PS5 has. So we had to dumb down the experience so that way us computer plebes could enjoy a Sony title.
so basically
I
we're
think
gonna
that I think that's what we're finding out.
so basically we're gonna get another broken type of Last of Us thing, where we see Ratchet spin around or something.
If this game releases like that,
guys,
um,
guys, just in case, I'm just messing around, guys. I'm just I'm just being messing around because we saw everybody um, talking about the SSD and how magical it was and stuff like that. But I remember like later on, a developer came out and actually said, "Hey, we've been doing this trick since PlayStation 3." So I
yeah.
remember seeing
yeah,
that. So
I'm sure you're kidding around, like
yeah,
Greg Miller.
yeah, I'm
Um,
just messing. I'm just messing.
and in all seriousness, though, they did end up releasing those screenshots over the last few days. We ended up seeing some of those to kind of get a feel for what we're looking at on PC. And that game looks gorgeous from what we've seen
Yeah,
so far with those screenshots.
I'm.
Now, if it'll release content complete without a bunch of bugs and stuff, who knows? Hopefully it does because that game looks really good, and it would be really cool to see that thing launch in good quality, especially after seeing the lumps they took after The Last of Us.
Uh,
Hopefully they assess that situation and they're more cautious about that decision moving forward. But it looks great from the screenshots we've seen.
Yeah, and Sony does a really good job, and that game, man, is beautiful. I mean, hands down, it's a beautiful game, and really, it's a game. If it comes out to PC, hope people buy it because hey, it's loads of fun. I mean, the gameplay looks fun. It's a fun game, so I hope that actually boosts up the sales on that game, and people actually sit down and enjoy it more.
All right. Well, the next topic, Silent. There were two games that actually got great reviews. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Gosh, dang, yeah. So we are in it when it comes to the games apparently now. So we did end up finally seeing the Street Fighter 6 scores and the Diablo 4 scores earlier this week, and man, both of these things are delivering in a big bad way. So far, Diablo 4, you're looking at pretty much like nines for the most part, or a few tens over the board. There's a couple eights and 8.5s, but that thing's sitting right now at an 89 roughly, which is freaking awesome for that. Like, that turned out really good so far from what we can tell. And usually with Diablo games, if I remember correctly, I want to say it was on the Xbox One when they brought out the Diablo 3 Destruction, like the remake or the Game of the Year version or whatever on there. I think it actually went up in score as time went on. A lot of games it feels like usually go a little bit down, so that's awesome. But then we have Street Fighter 6 coming in with a solid batch of 10s, 9.5s, 9s, all across the board. Right now it's sitting at a Metacritic of 92 and OpenCritic of 91. Uh, both of these, I don't know about you guys, but I already had these ordered previously because I kind of planned on playing them anyways. Loke wanted to play some Street Fighter, and it's been a minute since I played Street Fighter since number 5 didn't come to Xbox. So I've been looking forward to playing another one. And then Diablo 4, obviously. Like, I really enjoyed the old games, and it appears from everything we're seeing that these things are not going to disappoint us. But Sour, out of these two games, if you had to choose one, if you could only choose one, which game would you buy?
Oh, come on, man. That's that's a given. Like
Is it?
Diablo for me. Yeah, definitely Diablo. I'm a RPG fan. I love Blizzard. And were you with us? Oh no, who was I playing? I was playing with Plume, and I was playing with Dark. We were actually playing the demo. We had a great time with it.
Thanks
Did
for the
Crazy
invite.
jump in with us?
Yeah,
No, you were all invited, so
no,
don't
no,
come with that.
no,
You
no,
were
no, no,
all
no,
invited.
no, no,
Crazy, I think Crazy didn't show up, or he
no,
showed
no,
up
no.
late.
No, I didn't jump in. I didn't jump in. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so don't come with that. You were all invited. We said many
What the
times,
hell? Am I?
and you didn't
Are
appear.
you?
But anyway, I'm excited to play in that. I think I might play it on PC later because I think that's a game that's perfect to play it on like in a handheld. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Real quick before I continue on that, Crazy, it's probably the little girl behind you in the corner.
That's yeah.
But
I don't
Sour, so
know.
you mentioned the ROG Ally. Are you actually getting one day one?
There's a let's say there's a very high probability. I'm not gonna
Hell
guarantee
yes.
it, but
Okay.
there's very high. I'm
Okay.
halfway there.
So
Let's just say that.
I got to tell you right now, I watched more on that last night, and I was already kind of hyped. But obviously, like the fact that we can download some of those games, and it's like you'll still have the option to stream Game Pass stuff if you want to, but you also have the option to download since it's based off of the PC client. I am stoked. Like, I cannot wait for that thing to show up. That is going to make my family vacation mid-June real nice, because anytime I'm like, too much family, I can be like, I need to take a nap, and then I can go play some Diablo.
Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like it's gonna be perfect for me personally to play a lot of the like smaller games.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
the big games, and sometimes the big games, because sometimes there's games that get you hooked and you just want to get as much time as you can. But Crazy,
What's up?
speaking of time, let's move on to the next topic.
I thought you were gonna ask me for what game I'm gonna get, but thank you.
Oh,
Get
you can answer that too.
no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Crazy. What game are you gonna get? Are you gonna get in on some Chun-Li and Guile action, or are you gonna go into Diablo 4?
Or are you finally gonna buy that Chuck Norris game?
Nah, that Chuck Norris game is not
They're
for me.
still
Sorry.
waiting.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
love
They're
Chuck
still
Norris,
waiting.
but yeah, they gotta fix it up a little bit more for me to buy. And Louis Smart. But yes, I am going to get Diablo 4, of course, man. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, I'm a Diablo fan.
No Street Fighter love at all.
I gotta see a little bit more about it. I'm still not convinced. I gotta see a little bit more about it. When I see a little bit more, then I'll probably go for it, but later on, not now. I won't play Diablo.
I feel like they haven't shown enough. Like
Yeah. They need to show a little
in
bit
Street
more.
Fighter.
I can't wait for people to get it so I can see them while they play it, see how it looks. Because if it feels like Street Fighter 4, then I'm down for it. Because if it looks like Street Fighter 5, I did not like Street Fighter 5. No way.
Well, something I'll say real quick before we bounce on to the next one is, man, if they've got those mini games back, the old school mini games of mashing the car up and stuff like that.
I think I heard they have some mini games, and I think I heard about the car one.
Then awesome.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the chat knows, but
maybe. I know if Loke were in here right now, he would be really excited about that.
He's the Street Fighter expert. Yep.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he
disregard
loves
all
Street
of his
Fighter,
yeah.
And he hates Tekken. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tekken is his least favorite.
And Soccer Man, he loves Soccer Manager too.
Actually, he is a really big fan of Mortal Kombat. I also found that out. So I'm pretty excited to see what his feedback is about that one.
No, that one I'm excited for. Mortal Kombat for me. Ooh, over Street Fighter all the way Mortal Kombat. And speaking about going into Mortal and Kombat, man, we got Alone in the Dark, man. That game is mortal and that combat is hard, man. I'm super stoked about Alone in the Dark game. I mean, guys, we got David Harbour in the game. The guy from what's that thing? What's that TV show called?
Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, the alien thing.
He
Yeah.
was also the new Hellboy.
Really?
Yes, and he was
Um.
also in Black Widow.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. I was gonna say and Jodie Comer. I don't know who Jodie Comer is, but sorry guys, I don't know. First time I heard
I,
about her, but yeah, but David Harbour man is in the game. That really has me excited and just happy that Alone in the Dark is actually back. I mean, it's a game I remember playing it when I was, probably like I don't even know how old was I? Probably like 10, 8, 9, I don't know, but I remember playing that game, and it was actually like one of my first scary games that I played. Before Resident Evil, that was actually like the first scary game. Like walking around. It looked kind of funny though, but it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun while it lasted because then the other Lone in the Darks were like, nah. But this one, I hope it actually comes out good and actually brings back on how it was scary and just awesome. I just love that game. Just love that game. Are you guys super excited for that?
Um,
Yep.
m-
Yep.
me, I'm so. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm super excited.
What? Oh, how about you, Sam?
oh, I'm gonna break your heart a little bit, Louis, but I'm still a little bit nervous. I'm gonna play a wait and see on this one, kind of like what Sour's been preaching recently. I'm gonna pull a wait and see on this one, especially given the launch date of this thing and what
Yeah.
it's coming up against.
When's it come?
Yes.
Oh, it's October 25th. That's right. It's coming
It's
up on the
coming right up against Alan Wake 2, which
Alan.
if I'm going to be
Mm,
100% honest, if I'm going to choose one game to binge into, it's going to be Alan Wake for me.
A hundred
oh,
percent. A
oh
hundred
man,
percent.
that's a hard day too. Yeah, because we got to play Alan Wake too. Even though I remember part one, I didn't like it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a go again. See if I
All
like it.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for the next topic, this was actually a post. I found it pretty interesting, and it's from our friend Clover. Uh, he posted something, Conker, Polygon, and Pixel, and it was basically, I think it was a post that was going around. If you had like money to create an Xbox game to bring back like a game from a Microsoft IP, and his description, which is funny because it's similar to what I have said I envisioned Conquer. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. So it's a platform action adventure solely built on the foundation of gaming pop culture. Within the galleries of video games reference, characters, and environments, Conquer will visit a diverse of sets of Xbox worlds to save gaming as we know it. So it's very similar to what I said in the past, which I feel like you can bring Conquer back, especially like if you have played High on Life, you definitely could bring Conquer back. And I feel something that would be pretty interesting is that similar to this, but I would like to that the levels they can be each level could be like a different studio from Xbox, and I think that would be like pretty interesting. But crazy. Is there any IP that you would like to bring back or that you would like to create, and how would you change it from Microsoft?
Why would I want to change? Just remake them. Why would I want to change them? I mean, remake Banjo Kazooie, remake all those fun games that back in the day we actually all loved and enjoyed. I mean, I'm one of those guys that actually want to remake of these games because I never did play Banjo Kazooie or Conker's Bad Fur Day. I actually just
Conquer. I don't think you can remake it just as if, especially nowadays.
Mm.
Yeah,
oh yeah, I
yeah.
remember. I remember that little scroll used to pee everywhere and do cool stuff. Yeah,
Of course, that's what you remember. Of
yeah,
course.
of course. That was the cool part of the game. I mean,
The only thing he
hey,
remembers.
I got a question though. Tell me. Do you tell me in what game have you seen a squirrel pee like Conquer did? Nowhere. So heck yeah, why don't you remember
Yeah,
that?
but that wasn't the coolest thing of the game. Like the game had a fun little story, and it was very interesting. It was a nice platformer.
Yeah.
And besides that too, something that I feel like it doesn't get enough credit. It was probably one of the first like battle royales because they had multiplayer games, and there was a multiplayer game that was so fun. I don't know if Silent got to play it, but you went around basically uh,
Yeah.
four players, everyone versus everyone. My favorite was going around with the katana chopping people's head off. It was fun.
Such
It
a
was fun.
such a violent man. Such a violent man.
It
What
was,
about
but it was amazing.
what about you, Silent?
Um, I, you know, you asked what I would like to see remade, but honestly, I just want to live back in that world real quick about the idea that you were bringing up, the idea of like doing the different games, like doing a level for those different games. Like, I would love to see Conker in like a Gears of War level.
Yeah.
Halo level would be pretty fun. I'm sure they'd have him flying down from space, hit the ground, chop a bunch of people to shreds. Um, it could be cool. That could be a lot of fun. Um, but no, if I wanted them to bring something back, that's a harder one for me because I feel like some of those original Xbox games, like the early Xbox games, I didn't really get as much time with myself. Um, because at that point in time, I was still on PS2. So I had shifted. I was over at PS2 side of things, and then I shifted to Xbox in like 2002, 2003. So I don't know. I mean, remake a Togi. I know a bunch of people would be excited about that, but I don't like abuse simulators, so I don't. I don't know if that would necessarily be the thing that I would want coming back. Um, remake remake Halo, but good.
Oh
Sorry,
man,
Sour.
Halo is good. Halo is good. It just need
We'll see.
content, and now it's getting the content.
We'll see. We'll see.
But anyway, just to end this real quick, something that also I want to add that I feel like they can do with Conquer. I feel like they have the opportunity, especially now that a lot of the showcases you do them digitally anyway. I feel like you can make an event and make Conquer the host, and you can play around so much with that because like you
Mm,
can get pretty creative. Conquer could say many things that you want to like say. You can even make it, make fun of things that Xbox has done and kind of like spin it around. I feel like there's so many things that you can get away. Like Conquer, you can make it like kind of like Deadpool being the host. I feel like you can do that with Conquer.
yep. Agreed
There you
there.
go.
But anyway,
I do think you're right though. Like, if they got away with High on Life, I bet you we could probably actually see a pretty good, like, reverent version of Conquer nowadays. I mean, obviously they'd have to pull some things. They wouldn't go as wild maybe, but I bet they could still make a pretty uh pushing the envelope type of game. It'd be good. Be good.
something breathtaking, like the person like the person of we're gonna talk about next. So you're actually gonna talk about next.
Yes. Yes. I was gonna talk about the one, the only Keanu Reeves. No, so Lionsgate boss, one of the bosses there, ended up confirming that we're going to see a triple A John Wick game. Apparently, that's in development right now. They said we're now moving across that franchise, not just in the triple A video game space, but also looking at what the regular cadence of spin offs, TV, growing that universe a bunch. We had actually just heard recently that they were already in the works on John Wick 5 as well. So it looks like they realize, I mean, obviously we saw how good this thing did at the box office. So you're not going to let this thing sit in the corner and wilt away, right? They're going to go out there, they're going to make anything and everything they can. But as far as a AAA John Wick game, that's got me excited because obviously we did have John Wick Hex, which is a cool game, but it's just not it's not the John Wick I wanted. Right? Like, Louis, I'm sure you can probably agree with me on that. Like, if I want to play something that's that turn based, I'll play XCOM because XCOM does it amazingly well. That John Wick Hex game was not what I was hoping for. That was not what I hoped for. Sour, did you end up playing John Wick Hex at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No. It's just if I want a John Wick game, I want John Wick, with the gunfights, how he
Mhm.
dances around with the gun, shoots
Yes.
everything up. That's how I want a John Wick game. Kind of like back in the day when you had the Matrix game. Remember the Matrix game?
Mhm.
That was good. Oh, that was a lot of fun. But
Matrix game was good.
yeah, that was a good Matrix. That was a good game with Keanu Reeves. That was a lot of fun. But yes, John Wick, bring it on. I hope that they do bring it as a John Wick game, not just like, oh, click, like, oh, John Wick, go to the corner. Oh, John Wick, hide
You,
under the table. No. Let's shoot everything up and do all that cool stuff he does.
you
What's
know,
that, Sour?
I was gonna say, our friend Dark actually mentioned. I was talking with him one day, and he mentioned a great idea that John Wick game could work. The game, well, at least the gameplay, similar to damn, what's this game that was time exclusive to PlayStation? That count like kung fu game.
Oh, Sifu?
Seafood.
Seafood, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, not the graphics,
100%.
cause I see your looks crazy, but like
No.
the fight scenes, like you walking in and you add the element of the guns and stuff. I feel like it could work like that.
Yeah. Do the dancing.
But anyway, I think we have time for one more crazy, so I'm actually gonna pitch it to you, and I want you to talk about someone else is getting into gaming, and then after that, of course, we're going to the main topics. But before the main topic, I wanted to jump into this last one. So go ahead, crazy.
All right, Comcast Gaming. Interesting. Comcast is considering getting into gaming. It is rumored that they might explore a deal involving EA, Nintendo, Take Two, or Activision Blizzard if the Microsoft buyout fails. Ooh, let me laugh a little bit about that. But yes, I'm laughing about the buyout fails. But yeah, the Comcast getting into gaming, that seems interesting. I mean, everybody's getting into gaming nowadays. Sarah, I think we should jump into gaming. What can we invent? I mean, what do you think? Is that a cool idea for them to jump in or not?
Well, we could get right now a 10-year, exclusive deal. Or no, not exclusive deal. Well, a 10-year cloud deal. So we got that on favor, but we got to move quick.
All right, yeah, we gotta
You
move
you
quick.
didn't already get yours? I already got mine.
I want to say real quick about this. Hope I don't get in trouble about this, but I once worked for Comcast, and hell no, please do not get into gaming. Hell no, we do not want that. Their
Did,
policies are horrible, and they change their policy almost like every week. It's oh my god, no.
That's probably Jimbo's LinkedIn.
oh God.
Oh my
So,
god.
Sour, did you sign any NDAs that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. No,
Then you're good.
Yeah,
You're
good.
you're good.
Good. Yeah.
we're
It's
small
fine.
anyway. No one would hopefully find this video.
Small potatoes.
What do you mean? What? You're saying we're small, but what do you find? We gotta kill Sourblow later on.
Crazy. Do you have a problem? Are you compensating for something?
What do you mean? What are we talking about? Come to the what are we talking about?
someone
Oh
someone
man.
seems a little nervous there.
Oh
Me?
man.
Oh no, I'm
Well,
having a heat stroke, but keep on going. So hot. Seriously.
anyway, let's just move on to the main topics.
Oh, man.
Real quick, shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you for everyone that's been
Yeah.
in the chat. I do want to remind that next week, anyone that wants to jump in, we're doing predictions and we're rotating one at a time. We want to bring you in, want to get your guys' prediction, and we want to find out what do you guys think. We will see at the Xbox showcase. But moving on to the main topic. So, of course, we had the Microsoft appealed, but before the appeal happened, we got the new we got the appeal, and then they had like the first hearing, but that same day we got that the South Korean Fair Trade Commission actually approved the Activision Blizzard acquisition, becoming the 38th country that had approved the deal. So anyway, throughout the hearing, uh, Florian Mueller, very known, especially right now, he has been following this acquisition very closely. He actually did a thread with over 100 posts. It's amazing. Like, you should follow it. I highlighted like a few, but there's so many that wow. But he been following, and some of the things that he been posted, like the first thing was that the question the cat had to answer. Actually, I think this one was posted before it started, but he posted the question the cat has to answer are not whether Activision would likely offer games on cloud service, or whether Call of Duty is a title that can make cloud gaming services popular. This is an appeal, and the question is whether the CMA reasoning is backed up by record. So what he's talking about specifically here is that for that specific hearing, that's all that the cat was actually looking into. And then if you go throughout, he goes post by post, posting updates on what's happening. To some, the first hour, basically he summed it up that it was a disaster for the CMA. Justice Smith wants to move swiftly, and CMA is stalling, and it's easy to see. I see stalling taxed all the time across the jurisdiction, and judge
The,
identify them easily.
the what?
Uh,
Jurisdiction? What is that? Jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction,
There
sorry,
you go.
and the judge identify them easily. Biggest problem for CMA, Justice Smith unconvinced by the decision.
Hmm.
So yeah, so basically they're just stalling for time and etc.
Yeah.
So Microsoft, so the summary, after all this was over. So we got Microsoft will make a submission in the coming days, and would like the CMA to respond to June 7 concerning the disclosure. The second case management conference is scheduled for June 12th. Microsoft lawyers want to hold the hearing within 2 months, but the CMA wants a longer process that
Yep.
will start in autumn. Microsoft lawyers are saying that the CMA delay is inappropriate and could jeopardize the deal. And then Microsoft lawyers want to hold. Oh wait, this is the same thing. But anyway,
Okay.
quick sum of everything. Basically, Microsoft wants, of course, they want to close this as soon as possible. They want to accelerate things, and the CMA just was kept stalling and using different tactics to try to prolong things. The judge kind of saw through this, and
He said,
they yeah, and I believe they're gonna have like 6 day here like is it a hearing a 6 day.
on June the 12th, I think is going to be the next hearing, and then after that, I think the next
June 17. They have like they're
no
gonna
June
start.
no June 12th. I think it is. I think it's June 12th. I
No,
think.
I think it's yeah, June 12th is the
Yeah.
hearing.
The second hearing.
July
Second hearing.
17 is I think it's July 17, which is the day before I guess the final day for they have for the agreement of the purchase.
Yeah, to close the deal.
That's when they're gonna start the 6 day court thing, or I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no. I think you got the dates wrong. I think it's July 24th to July. I think it was to 31st. That's the court date. So after it's going to be right after they or if decide or to extend or to close the deal.
Okay,
It's
well
July 24th.
maybe I got that wrong, but
Yeah.
anyways, that's basically to sum things up. If if you want a better view of you know what went on, here I got something for you real quick. So essentially, this right here is basically what happened in the hearing. But let's start with you, Crazy. Crazy, did you manage to catch anything regarding this hearing, and what do you think about
What the CMA is
the
doing?
possibility about this closing now?
Okay, here's my thoughts on this. All right, I did not actually get to see it yesterday because I've been super busy moving. Actually, I didn't move yesterday. I was actually at the office. I had a meeting to go to, but I couldn't sit down and watch it. But after that, I tried looking for it to watch it. But like I said, super busy moving, had a lot of stuff going on. But yes, I actually did catch something today over there in Destin's podcast. I mean, Destin's YouTube channel, and which he did an interview with Foss. It's like a 1 hour long, which was really interesting. And basically, what the CMA was trying to do is they were trying to stall, right? They're trying to prolong this to get it as
Oh,
close.
real quick, Lou. Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, Ponsol corrected, and you were right.
Yeah,
Yeah, the sixth court date is
it's July
in
24th.
10 days at the end of July, and he said you were right.
Yeah, it's July 24th, I think it's the 31st, something like that. But yeah, so what the CMA want to do is to stall it. They're trying to bring this close to, to the date where the FTC and Microsoft are going to face off. That we're trying to use that strategy so that way, they can pass ideas and listen to thoughts, in order to fight this off, just to make this stall to that period of time. But of course, the judge saw through this. They had a messy thing going around because really, like, what facts do they have? To be honest, tell me, what are their facts? Cloud gaming? What's going on with the cloud gaming? I mean, they're like, oh, if they grab this, they're gonna have 70% of the lead. They're gonna be super powerful. Nobody's not gonna be able to compete, and nothing's gonna happen. Blah blah.
Th-
blah. But
There
literally,
was a part. There was a part when I was hearing that I thought was
yeah,
pretty hilarious,
yeah.
where basically the judge told them like, okay, you guys keep bringing up cloud, but I want you guys to define what's cloud, because it basically like each one of them were kind of like having like different like meaning of what cloud was. It was like, he didn't say it exactly that, but he kind of said it very technical. Like, guys, like, make up your mind. Like, what is cloud? Like, you gotta define it. And we gotta get to like an agreement of how you would define
Yeah,
cloud gaming.
because I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, if you actually sit down and you see what's been going on, you see like since the beginning they have been putting a lot of buts, but this, but that. Can it actually run on the Switch? Can it actually run on a calculator? Can you use it while playing in the bathroom? They've been putting butts everywhere about this whole deal. And so they basically, they sat down and said, okay, let's block it with the cloud because they're going to be powerful. And they're like, what? Why? How the cloud market is just beginning right now. It hasn't even gone to a level where it's actually in the like a competition thing, right? It's actually starting off. Because I said this before, and I said this on Mr. Boomstick's channel. I said this before. I said, "Hey, I don't have cloud in Dominican Republic, so how is that competition? I don't have it here. I'm a country that doesn't have it, and there's a bunch of countries around the world that still does not have cloud gaming, right? And here we're pretty advanced in technology, pretty not as advanced, but pretty advanced. But anyways, we do not have cloud gaming here. So where do you get your numbers? Where did you get your facts? Where do you get your ideas? And since the FTC is not actually sitting down and talking to them, and they deny all the way not to sit down and talk to them, which is another thing that's bad and looks bad on them. I mean, and the CMA with this trial, really, they were going to get run over. Why? Because Microsoft knows what this deal will do, and not only that, they have pretty much, and that's the truth, everybody on their side. They have everybody on the side, especially the guys who are working on cloud, GeForce, all those guys that are trying to make this thing to work out. They're on their side. So basically, what do you have, CMA? What is it that you have, and what proof can you bring to the table? And that's something that I keep asking myself. What are they going to bring to the table? Which basically is nothing. So yeah, I mean, seeing this trial, I was like, well, we're gonna have another depth trial. This is basically a depth trial because we saw pictures on how the lawyers were a bit nervous on the CMA side. They were literally, covering their heads like, oh my God, or this or that, because they just didn't have, the facts straight on what they needed. And CMA just saying, oh no, we need to stall. We need to put this over here. We need to do this. We need to do that. Guys, why do you guys need to stall? I mean, if you had your facts straight in the beginning, you don't need to stall nothing. You just should have talked about it right then and there. But Hey, you ain't got shit, and that's the truth.
Yeah, they basically said that they needed more time
For what?
in order to provide them an answer, and I'm like, an answer like,
For
so
what?
why did you block the deal? Like,
Exactly. Exactly. I
it
mean,
makes no
seriously,
sense.
it
And
makes
then
no.
they don't even know, like, they didn't even get their facts straight of, how they didn't differentiate, you know, Game Pass subscriber, Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, what cloud gaming is. Like, they have everything like all confused. It's like they don't know what they're doing. It's
No.
it's kind of hilarious. But
Sour.
yeah,
Sour.
yes.
You remember when you were in school and you'd come in to class and the teacher was surly, had a really bad attitude that day, and decided to give you like a pop quiz, and you felt like you were taking a test you hadn't gotten to study for.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like that's what all of these jokers are in the same situation of right now. They came to this thing with no idea what they were talking about.
Yep.
They had a bunch of people tell them a bunch of things that they were supposed to think, a bunch of things that it's supposedly, but they have so little factual evidence as to what is going on and what the case is. It's just like what you guys were saying, is like they were misinterpreting that Microsoft's Game Pass numbers in general were overall cloud users
Hmm.
playing at all times. Like that, it doesn't even make any sense. It's a very small drop in the pond compared to the overall numbers of Game Pass. But the fact that they came in with that, it shows how unprepared they are for this.
Yeah.
They came
Yeah.
to a test and they failed 100%. Every time they say something, it's like it's like when it's like when we see Microsoft, they start to feel confident on something, and then they step on a rake and it smacks them right in the forehead. You'd think that they would have learned by now, but for some reason, CMA and the FTC continue to do the same thing over and over again and run with these bogus narratives. It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Close the freaking deal. Just leave it be.
Exactly.
What does it matter?
I want to say something real quick. Shout out to I don't know if she's still here, but shout out to Purple Haze.
Oh, you're bringing
Um,
purple in.
yeah, I know
Oh.
she's preparing a response for last week, and I want her to add something real quick because I think I know. Hold on, okay. I think I know where she's gonna go, and especially now with all this, and I think she's gonna go with the CMA actually is winning because the date is actually after the date, but I want her to add this to that. If you look at the hearing itself, Microsoft asked for this time frame. So I think they already had, you know, this plan that it could go past it, but I guess what they didn't want it to go too far out. So at the end of the day, if you listen to what Microsoft asked, they got what they wanted. So I don't think the CMA actually won here in any case, because I know she might want to spin it around with, oh, it went past it, and watch, they're not gonna
You
be able
know, can,
to um to extend the deal. I think they're gonna extend it like for at least for a month or two,
mhm.
and that's gonna be
No.
perfect for them for closing it. But
Because that
Be
was
honest though, what's the reason for us to delay it at this point? What,
exactly.
they want a few more paychecks where they don't have to sit there and actually do anything?
oh,
Mm.
they say they need time now to look into it now.
Sure.
I
Oh,
I apologize. We usually keep this fairly family friendly, but need extra time, my ass. You don't need
you
any
know,
more time.
you know,
Get off the pot, make a decision, and get it done with.
I'm starting to
It's
wonder. Oh, go. Say,
no,
say.
I was just gonna say it's ridiculous. The amount of posturing that we've seen over the last year or whatever it's been is absurd. Get over it. Let it go through. Figure out a different case to attack. I guarantee you we have way more important things in the judicial system right now or in the court systems that needs to be covered. Let
Mhm.
this go. You already know that it's not a monopoly. Get over it. and let's focus on things that are more important.
Yep. I mean, I feel like, and this is me just saying, just to say it. I feel like the law firm. I think I have a law firm over there, and I did not know about because I think they hired a bunch of Louis to handle their case. Seriously, I'm not joking though. I
I
probably
like
have a law firm over there. Seriously, I mean,
I like that
what's
you
going
just
on?
threw yourself right under the
Under the
bus on
bus.
that one.
He's like, "Yep, that's me."
I mean,
I
seriously.
I need someone right now to Photoshop a courtroom full of Louis because
Oh man.
that just sounds amazing to me.
Because seriously, I mean, what's going on, guys? I mean, I mean, even me, I could handle that case better than how they're handling them. That's sad. That is really sad. Seriously,
Oh my god, Ham said she looks like let me put the image first. Let me put it back.
it was like she found out the pretty.
He says she looked like she found out the pregnancy test after
Oh Lord,
she was
that
positive.
was
Oh
This
man.
suddenly
Oh
became a
man.
Maury episode.
oh Lord. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying though, I feel like it's like that. Seriously, I mean, what are you guys making? I mean, why you guys need more time? I mean, you guys know that this was going to happen. And if you had your facts straight since the beginning, since the block, right? And you guys, like, I remember a video they showed me, and I have this clip. I have this clip in my WhatsApp when Microsoft said that, what's the CMA lady's name? I don't know what her name is. I forgot. I think it's Sarah. I don't know what her name is. I forgot. But I remember that Microsoft literally they told her, like, she does not know what she's talking about. She came on the news. She's like, "Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. Yes, I do know what cloud is. Yes, I do." Blah 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 blah. She literally came out with that response. She came out real aggressive, like, "Yes, she was spot on. She knows what she's talking about." Yet the court date comes, and they don't know jack shit. They don't know nothing.
You,
That's the sad part. They don't know nothing, and they're like, "Oh, we need more time. More time for what? What do you
you,
guys?" You guys need more time? Of course you need more time. So when the FTC starts jumping from that, you guys can grab their ideas and pitch it yours to your side, and they can grab your ideas and pitch them to their side. Oh wow. So basically, let's talk facts now. You literally sat down with Lena Khan before you closed the deal. I mean, before you said no to the deal.
Oh, that
Seriously.
was that was the golden moment right there when we found out about that.
Yeah.
There was no involvement. We didn't talk about anything, but
No.
then we see the proof that, like, yeah, you totally met up. That'd be like, I think I pitched this to you guys previously, but that
Yeah.
would be like me going to a chocolate store and saying, "No, I didn't buy any chocolates. No, I just went to check it out. That was fine."
yeah.
Of
And your
course
mouth
they
mouth is full of chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I got freaking chocolate melting down my chin. I'm like, "No, man, we're everything's
Like,
on the up and up."
have you seen that video of
Wait. Let me do
the
this.
kid full of chocolate? And they asked him who did it. He's like, I didn't do it. Batman
Yeah.
did, or something like that. He says, oh man! But you know what? This is gonna be great because I feel like out of this, if especially if they go to court, we're gonna get some nice content. Kind of like it's gonna remind me of the Amber Heard
Yep, I
Johnny
was gonna
Depp
say that.
trial,
I mean,
which it
I
was great.
feel that's what I feel. I feel like we're having another Amber Heard situation because really, what proofs do you have? I mean, what kind of things do you have? Because if just by this hearing, you guys messed up in this hearing because you don't have nothing, and you're like, "Oh, we need more time, more time." Of course you need more time. I mean, we cut your bluff, and the judge cut your bluff. You want to extend your time, so when the FTC comes down what it has to say, you're gonna have to come out and say, grab that, and you're gonna be pitching your ideas all over the world because of course Lina Khan is gonna listen to you, right? And you're gonna listen to Lina Khan. I mean, seriously, the judge saw through that, and not only that, they just want to get this through because Parliament actually jumped on this. Everybody is looking at you. EU Commission said yes. China said yes. So if the big guys said yes, why are you saying no? And people are asking, why no? Why not? Just let this thing go through. Get it done with. Oh, but so here's my question. What are you protecting? What are you so scared about? I mean, who is behind you that you have to protect so much? Really? Because that's something that I ask myself. Why are you protecting these companies? Stop protecting the companies. You got to protect the consumers, us, because we're the ones who are actually keeping these companies up and at them. If not, we wouldn't have video game consoles. So you're actually not protecting us. You're protecting somebody else that's bigger. Why? Literally, you have not sat down and looked at what consumers say. Even the consumer says, give it a go. And how Foss always said it, if you sit down and you grab all the countries, right, that are approving this deal, and you sum up all the people in that country, literally, that's like 20 or 50 times bigger than what the UK is. And that's the truth. So basically, 15, all those people in those 38 countries are going to be having fun with cloud, while you got your consumers over here not enjoying the cloud or not enjoying on Call of Duty, not enjoying none of that stuff because for what? For protecting a company or two or three companies? Seriously, what are you protecting?
Crazy. I think it goes back to what I was talking about earlier, right?
Hmm.
Is you look at what they've been doing, it's posturing.
Yeah.
It's literally it's the FTC, it's the CMA coming out and being like, "Look at us. We're amazing. We're so strong. We're going to take down the big bad corporate, entity and blah blah blah." And it's a bunch of posturing to be like, "Look, we're doing our job. We're doing such a good job. Give us a pat on the back." Like there's no there's no depth behind the
Mhm.
argument. Every time that they come out and they throw these out there, it's just a hollow thing. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing going on back there. It's literally like the lights are on, but no one is home.
Not
Like,
not only that,
Yeah.
silent. Not only that, silent. You have 38 countries approving this deal. How many countries
mhm.
are there to approve? Right? You have 38 countries. Now, if you tell
Yep.
me that half of them, half and half, well, half would say yes, half said no, then you
That
have
would be
something in
one.
your
Yeah.
hands. That would be much more of an argument right there. Then you have something in your hands to go fight in court, take it to battle, and see what happens. But listen,
Mhm.
you have 38 countries saying yes, and you're the only two saying how many, how much are left to approve. I mean, I really because
Yeah.
When the only two that are against it right now that we have on the record literally have nothing to show and haven't done their research when they come to the
Mhm.
table every time, but everyone else is like, "Nah, this is cool, man. We don't have any problem with this." Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And real quick to add, I feel like also like you could have concerns. I mean, the EU had their concern, but they came out with solutions to solve
Yep.
Of course,
their
simple and
concern.
easy.
Like
They found remedies
where are your remedies? Like they're not showing your remedies.
Nope.
because they
And
don't
like
want remedies. Because just like Jim Ryan, they just want to see the deal fail.
Yep.
yeah,
That's
and
how
the
they
thing
want.
is, like if you look at Microsoft right now, like they're bringing gaming everywhere. If you want Game Pass, you can have it basically anywhere. So they're allowing you to play their games anywhere. They're not shutting like their games are not like close to like you can only purchase their games on a certain store. If anything, like if you go on PC, their store actually sucks. Like let's be honest, like if you're gonna buy it, you're probably gonna buy it off of Steam, or if their games come out and some of them in Epic Store or somewhere else. If you have the console, like if you want to purchase their game outside their stores, there is way to purchase them. So
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then at the end of the day, exclusives doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, that's the new one, man. Oh yes. Oh
Oh,
man. I just love that's another thing how narratives keep on changing each and every single day.
mhm.
Narratives keep on changing on that side. I remember 2014. I'm not gonna talk about that right now, but yes, I remember all those narratives how they changed lately. It's insane. It's
It's
insane.
amazing.
It's amazing. So now exclusives don't matter, right? They don't, right?
Nope.
But
Okay.
guys,
Nope.
Yep.
guys, I think we should end it in that high note.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
We should probably land the plane, Lou.
All right, man. Thank you, Mr. Silent, for joining us up tonight because I know you had your thing going on,
Yeah,
man.
it was fun. It was
It
fun.
was
You
fun. It was
basically
fun.
you actually
Yeah,
made it pretty fun.
yeah. You actually made it. We had a lot of fun here, just chilling. Wait, so you're saying that I'm boring, sour?
I did not say that.
Oof.
You said that
Oof.
Silent made it fun saying I'm boring, sour. No, you're
Um,
Silent. Anyways,
Your black shirt is cool.
it's
I
not.
like the design on it.
Well, how is that cool? It's sweaty, man. I'm having a heat stroke here, man. What do you mean? What? How is
Well,
that cool?
crazy because as the air hits it, it cools it. It has a cooling effect, so it's
Man,
cool.
there's no,
It's
dude,
cool.
there's no air, there's no air here. Screw that. But anyways, guys, it's time to land this plane and let us start with the outros. Let's right now and begin with Mr. Lionel Richie, Boston Celtics fan, Sour Blow. Please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
All right. Well, you can find me on. Hold on. I always forget to change the scene. But anyway, you can find me in Twitter and Xbox, Sourblow18. Sometimes if you come on, man, the Celtics next year. Lakers
Right.
go. Lakers got swept. But anyway, again, you can find me Twitter and Xbox, Sourblow18. Of course, you can find me here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And sometimes uh, we do other content here and there. Hopefully, I'll make another flight status. The last two are pretty fun, especially the intro. But
Mhm. Oh,
and sometimes you can find me also, even if you don't find me there, but I'll be there in the chat. Xbox International en Español every Wednesday. So if you speak
it's not what
Spanish,
Sour Blow. It's on Friday, not Wednesday.
oh Friday, oh my God, Friday at 7 p.m. Xbox International en Español. So it's with Turner Shaddai and with ASCAP Gaming. And again, you can find me here Wednesday, there Fridays. Continue, Grace.
Heavens the Lord. I think Sour Blow, I think the Louis effect is kind of, Sour, I'm the one having the heat stroke here and you're the one messing up. Seriously.
Oh
Seriously.
man,
Oh, man. What
I think
did I
we might have
cancel?
lost Silent. I don't know.
No, we not. Oh, wait. Oh, so we wait for silence. So, anyways, man. Okay, so our captain is not here. So let's see if he hops on real quick.
Oh,
Sir, you think he's gonna hop on or no?
I don't know.
Or
He's probably gonna be gone. But
all right,
real
but
quick,
what's
you can
up?
find Silent Cypher almost everywhere at Silent
That's it.
Cypher, and you can find him here. And I don't know if he has anything else going on. We do have a project that's coming winter, but
Hmm.
we announce it closer on. We
All right.
got something
All
special.
right.
We'll
All
go,
right.
Lou. Where can we find you besides
Oh
at
man,
home
this
sweating?
besides me sweating, my power just he blipped. He probably won't be coming on. Where you can find me, super easy. You can find me on Twitter at Crazy Louis Gaming, where I say good morning. Lately, I haven't been saying because guys, I'm telling you, I've just been super busy. But yes, once I'm in my new home, once I'm in my new bed, relaxed, sleeping with air conditioner, please air conditioner, come air conditioner. Once when I'm in the home, feeling here relaxed, man, I'll be doing my good morning videos when I can, and my thank you videos and all that cool stuff over there on Twitter. On Mondays, you can find me at the Xbox Lunch Break Special with Mr. Boomstick, Mr. Red Day, and Mr. Fuzzy, talking about what's going on over there, double barrel gaming. Tuesdays, which lately I haven't been playing because, like I said, I haven't moved. But if I haven't, if yeah, I got stuck now. Sorry, guys, it's the heat. If I don't if next week I haven't moved, I'll be here next Tuesday playing with Crazy, playing the scary game because yes, we gotta beat the game. What was the game I was playing Saturday? I totally forgot about it. But we gotta beat that game so we can continue, to play more scary games and more fun games here on the Xbox International Podcast. And also you can find me like always on Wednesdays here at 7 p.m. ET on the Xbox International Podcast channel with Sourblow, Silent Cypher, and the best baseball coach out there, the Big Plume, which he's pretty much coaching Dominican players right now. That's what he's doing every Wednesday. Yeah, but he'll be back with us pretty soon. But anyways, guys, like I always say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when next BI content comes on and chat. You guys are awesome. I love y'all. Y'all kept it rocking and rolling. I just love how you chose Sourblow for the Celtics. Yes, I'm glad they lost, so we can pick on them for the rest of the year till next year. When Celtics come back, which we know they're gonna lose again next year, but cool. And like I always say, remember, let's go, let's rock, and let's get crazy. Yes, see you all next time, guys. Love y'all. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.